Okay. Hi, Aman. So today we are going to check array, right? So I'll just share my screen. Can you able to view my screen? Just off this fan. Okay. So let me go for syllabus. This is the syllabus which we have discussed. Okay. So in this syllabus, almost we have completed the first topic, right? First module we have completed. Able to view properly. Okay. So we have completed the basic programming as well, right? Everything break and all basics are there. Okay. So we have completed variable creation, hoisting, logical operators, functions. Today we are going to see array and some of the array methods we'll see, and again tomorrow we'll see some of the more array methods because array methods are very very important. Okay. So we have to play with array basically. Okay. Fine. So let's start with array and array method. Some of the array methods, how to access array and how to go with the array. Okay. So I'll just start with the slide. So okay, be very focused because I don't know whether this video will get recorded properly or not because it's the first time I'm using this. Okay. Okay. So see, so what we have decided, like array is basically used for creating a collective, right? It's basically used for storing a data, right? Order list of data in one name, right? See, like already we have discussed, right? If we are having like 1,000 numbers and we are creating 1,000 variable to store that number, so that will be like very hectic to access it or to use it. So to include in one place and define as an index and placing in the order list, that is called array, right? And all have the indexes. So as we know, let's see here the array has uh, see, so what is that? This is an array and having the square bracket defined with a square bracket, and all the elements are defined using comma separated, and it's a go on. So to access the array, what we'll do, we'll just write array name of index. So see, once we create array, let's suppose we have created here array mountain, and then we can provide index. So by default, its index starts with 0. So at 0 index, array element 1 will be there. At 1th index, array index 2 will be there element. So it is starting from 0 index to last. Okay, and we can access the element using mountain. Like see here, array name, that is name of the variable of index, so of 0, so it will print 1, of 1 it will print 2. So like this we can access the array. So this much we have understood, right? So we have understood the basic structure of array, and we have understood how array looks, how array can be accessed. Now there are so many things now we can do in the array. See, first thing is we can store new element to the array, right? We can delete element from the array. We can search element from the array, right? These many things we can do, correct? We can store anywhere element, anywhere in the array element. Okay, it's not like we have to add it in the first or last or whatever. So many operations we can do. So we are going to study complete details of array manipulation. So there are so many properties and methods available which we can use, and we can work or play with array. Okay, understood this much, what array is, what we are going to do for array, Amar? Yeah, understood array. Okay, okay. Multiple values. And all values will have indexes, right? Starting from 0. Okay. So let's start with first. So first we are going to check with length property. Okay. Some properties we'll check and some methods also will check. Okay, so some properties we are trying to check. So properties is nothing but it's we have one array length properties. Okay, so length properties, what it does, it will just calculate how many elements are there inside the array. Okay, so here we can see we have one array ARR and we have defined two element, that is John and Matthew. So total number of element in this array is array dot length, means whatever the variable we are storing that array, that variable name dot length without any bracket, just length. Okay, if we pass, we'll get total number of element inside the array. Okay, how many elements array are acquiring, so that is getting the length. Okay, so next we will go for how to empty array. Okay, how to remove element. So using length property we can do two three operations. Okay, using length property we can do two three operations. So directly we'll jump onto VS Code and we'll try to start with. So let me create one folder. It's a new laptop, so we'll create one folder same as a node. Oh, but I'm not sure whether node is installed in this laptop or not. Okay, I'll just check it or else we'll ignore today. Okay, let me check first whether node is there or not. It's not there, practical we'll do tomorrow. Okay, just try to understand the things today. It's a bit slow. Okay, let me check. Node hyphen hyphen. What is it? Ah, it's there. Node is there. Okay, so let's create the folder. I'll just write test app. I'll try to open this. So I'll close the existing folder. Open the folder. Okay, let me create. I'll just make this big, okay, screen so that it will be visible to you. Is it visible? Amar, is it visible for you? Okay, so let me create an array. So I'll just create an array with 10, 20. Okay. So what we can do, we can just write console. There is no any. Okay. So array. I'll just open new terminal. I'll try to execute this. You can mute yourself, Amma. Slow. So let's try to execute this, and you can see array has been printed, right? So if you want to get the length, then just we write array dot length, and we'll get the length, right? Okay, so total elements are three, right? But let's suppose, so using this length property, we can do two more operations, right? One is we can reduce the element of the array. So what it does mean, like see, now the length array has three elements, right? But if I want to delete 30 from this array, so what I can do, I can just write array dot length equal to 2. So after writing this statement, once I print the array, okay, once I print the array, it will be 30 will be deleted from the array. Okay, because what I have done, using length property itself, I'm just making reducing the array length to 2. So I'm telling, okay, just make it to length to 2. So 2 length means, see, I have one box, right? So there are three space, but I'll just break one space from that box. So only two space will be available. So only two things can be adjusted. So that's why what will happen here, if I'll make array length equal to 2, so that means like I'm making array length from 3 to 2. So 3 to 2 means once 0, 1, 2. So what happens? Only 2 will be remaining and third will be deleted. So here, once I execute, you can see only 10 and 20 is available. So this is one way of making array length. Okay. So it's like deleting something, some element from the array using length property you can do. Or anyone will ask you how to empty entire, means how to delete every element from the array. Okay. In that case also, length property will be very useful. So you can just write length equal to 0. So what I'm telling no, I don't want to provide any space inside the box. I just want to clear. Nothing can be adjusted in the box. So in that scenario, what will happen? It will just, nothing will be there in the array, right? See, after making the length, there is nothing in the array. So this length property can be used for finding the length of the array, right? Another case, what it can do? It can do, it can just remove element from array, or trunk. Trunk means it can just trunk the array, right? It can just cut down some part of the array. Okay, that will be there. Other, what it can do, it can empty the array, right? So three things it can do. The length, understood, Amar? Any doubt here in this? So length property can do all three. Okay, so you have to be always remember, because this type of length property questions, no, you will get in interview. Like they might ask you, like there are other way are also to empty the array element. Okay, to remove all the element or to empty the array element. But this type of question they'll ask, like how many way you can empty the array element. So first you can tell, like, okay, using length property, if we'll set 0 to the length property of the array, then array will be empty. Okay, so that time we can provide this statement. Okay, so this is one thing. Now next we'll go for slides. Okay, so understood all together about slides, sorry, length. Okay. Okay, so again I'm sharing the slides. Okay, so see, empty the array element. So if I'll do, see here, fruit is there, apple, orange, and strawberry. So what I'm doing, I'm just trying fruit dot length equal to 0. So once I do fruit dot length equal to 0 means I'm just telling, okay, I don't want anything inside the fruit array. So now the array will be empty. So empty an array also length property is used, and removing element. Like see, I'm just telling const fruit, apple, orange, strawberry. Okay, length should be 1. No, remove other element from the array. I just want only one space in my box. So only one space in my box is that apple will be adjusted, other two will be removed. So that is removing the element. So using set. Okay, so truncated basically. Understood? Any no doubt about length and all? Fine. Now these are the properties. Now next we'll move on to methods. So now what we can do inside the array? Now we have one array, right? We can insert the element, we can remove the element, we can search the element. Okay, four operation will be there. One is deleting element, inserting element, modifying the array element, and what is that? One will be creating the element. Okay, so four operations, so all four operations we will do and will work on the element array element, right? So first method is push operation. Push in the sense like we are trying to insert new element to the array. Okay, so basically push operation, what it does, it will insert new element to the array, but the scenario will be it will always insert from the last. It will not insert from in between or first or anywhere. It will just insert last. Like see, you can see here, let number equal to 10, 20, 30. So there is three element in this array number, right? So what I'm doing, I'm just telling numbers dot push 40. So I'm just trying to push one more element, that is 40. So what happens, 40 will be inserted at last position, right? So previously array was having 0, 1, 2, 2 index, right? Now array will become 0, 1, 2, 3. So 3 means it's a 4 element, right? So what happens here, length will be 4 and numbers will be 10, 20, 30, and 40. So always push suppression. So push can either insert one element or insert multiple element using comma separated. See here only 40 is inserted, so only one. If I have to insert two element at a time, then I can just write 40 comma 50. So that time two element will be inserted at last. Okay, so push methods will always insert the element inside the array from last. Okay, these things you have to understand, because so many methods you will learn, but if you want to understand which methods works how, so that will be difficult for you later. Okay, so push operations will always insert the element in the array from last. Okay, fine. So let's get back to see. So I'll just delete it. So now see, 10, 20, 30. So I'll just insert. So what I can use, push that array name. So inside which array? So inside ARR. So ARR is nothing but it's a array name, right? So ARR dot push. So I'll just try to push 90 now, and it will change to the original array, right? So in this array only we are trying to push. So this array will get changed. So now I'll just try to do console.log ARR. See, so 10, 20, 30, and 90 will be inserted. If I have to push multiple element, I can just write comma separated. Okay, so these many comma separated I have added, so it will just push all to the last. See, all to the last. It has like more, that's why it's coming in the new line, but it's all together all to the last. 10, 20, 30, 90, 78, 56, 34, 78, 28 as it is. So this is the work of push suppression. So what happens, we can insert any element in the array from last using push suppression. Okay, using push suppression. Fine, got it. And whenever we do the push suppression, the array length will get increased. Array length will get changed, because see here previously the array length was only 3. But after doing this operation, now array length becomes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Something like that, 9 or 5 sorry, 9 or 8 it became, right? So length properties will get changed, right? So I can just write array dot length. Once I execute, you can see length became 9. Okay, fine, understood. Length push operation. So push method, what is the use of push method? So any interviewer will ask you what is the use of push method in array. So you can just tell, okay, push method is used for inserting the element to the array from last, and we can push multiple element or single element. If multiple element we have to push, then we can use comma separated, right? So like, I can just explain to the interviewer. Understood, Amar? Anything, any doubt? Because why I'm repeating all these things means you will get thousands of method now. Okay. So now see, now push operation is done. Right. Next we'll move on to unshift operation. So see, just now you saw we are inserting element from the last, right? So there is another method called inserting element from the first. Okay, so this unshift method will take the element and it will insert element from the first, from the beginning of the array. Okay, beginning of the array. So see what happens here. Now if I push, like let's suppose, just we'll take two example, we won't take more. Okay, so I'm just taking the push operation, first push. So push, once I do push, what happens, it will just insert two element in that array, and the length will be 5, right? So the element will be inserted at the last. So same thing, if I try to do using unshift, instead of push I'll just write unshift. Okay, so unshift, now I'll just print this array. Okay, just print this array. Now you can see, and this time I'm just trying to insert some other element. Okay, so I'll just insert 34, 29. Okay, so here what happens, first it will try to push. So push operation, it's required, it's not required, it's fine. Push operation, so what happened, 10, 20, 30, and then 90 and 78. And then again I'm doing unshift. Unshift means 34, 29. So what happens, 34 will be on the 0th position, 29 will be on the 1 position, right? So here you can see, if you take this array after doing push operation, so what is the array index value? So see, I'll just make the index value. I want to make you understand something. So here 0 index, right? This is 20 is in 1 index, 30 is in 2 index, 90 is in 3 index, and 70 is in fourth index, right? So it's very simple, like if anything added, then one index will get increased. Like let's suppose after 78, if I want to include 89, then index will get 4 comma 4 to 5. So it's very simple, right? There is no need of changing any other element. Understanding what I'm trying to tell? If any new element will try to use push operation and we are trying to add, nothing will get changed other, just it will just add the new index, right? Fine, push. Now, whenever you try to use unshift operation, see, so I'll just delete this push now. I'll just make it unshift. So whenever we do unshift operations, and I'm just trying to insert 34 and 29, then what happens? It will insert from the first. So see, now taking this example, now say unshift, starting from the first it pushed, right? So now I'll take this as an example. Okay, so let's take this as an example. So what happens now, the same thing has got changed. Now see, previously 10 was having the index 0, right? But later 10 became the index at 2. 20 was having index 1, but later it became 4, right? So whenever we use unshift operation to insert element inside the array, first of all it will insert from the first. That is one thing. Another thing, it will change index of all other element. Like see, previously there was no changes of element. When we do push operation, just 78 and 90, 89 and 90 we inserted, it was just increase the index, right? 10th was already 0, to 20 was already in 1, 30 was already in 2. But when 90 came, it became 3. 70 came, it became 4. 89 came, it became 5. So just incrementing the index. But in this scenario, when we are using unshift method, what happens? Whenever we try to push any element, one element or multiple element, all other index will get changed. Like see, 10th also will get affected, 20 also will get affected, 30 also will get affected, because index of all the element will get changed. Because of this reason, we'll tell unshift method is slow in process. Okay, slow in process. Why? They will ask you why the unshift method is slow in process. Because whenever we try to insert element using unshift method, index of all other element will get changed, right? Reassigning of the index will happen, rearrangement of the index will happen. But whenever we try to use push operation, that time reassignment of the index will not happen, only the increment of the index will happen, right? This logic you have to understand. So whenever you do any project, if you have chance to use push operation or unshift operation, you will maximum go to push operation, right? You will not go to unshift, right? Correct? Understanding? Any doubt here, Amar? Hello, can you able to hear me? Hello, you are there? Oh, you again. Yeah, yeah. You are able to understand? Yeah, yeah. Understood. So if you get any chance of unshift and push, which operation you will use? Yeah, yeah. Which operation you will use if you will get chance to use unshift and push? What you will use? You will use unshift or you will use push? Push you will use, because unshift what it will do is just last. But on shift will insert first. So what happens? Index will get changed when on shift will be there. But push index will not get changed. Index will just increment. So that is the reason on shift method is very slow. So we want to use on shift method. Okay. If we have to insert from first, it's a scenario like no, we have to insert, keep it in first. That time only we'll use on shift. But if you want to add element in the array, then directly go for push instead of unshift. So because unshift has slow in process. Okay, so these all things have to keep very like in mind. Okay, so this is one thing. Unshift. Next we'll go for the next method. We want to go more method today because it's a new for you. Okay, so you have to very be careful and you have to practice this all. Okay, fine. So next go for pop operation. So as we have inserted element to the array, same way we can delete element from the array. But inserting element to the array was having multiple choice or single element, right? So inserting element in push operation, what you used to do, you to just insert either using comma multiple element also or one element as well. But delete element will always happen in one single element at a time. So using pop method, we can remove element from the array that is from the last. So it's like a push opposite is pop. Okay. So push means adding element to the last. Pop means removing element from the last. Okay. So but push will take parameter, right? Because see, push is taking parameter here. One parameter like push inside parenthesis, we are passing the element. But pop will not take any parameter. See, pop will not take, it's an empty bracket. There is nothing because pop means just delete the element from the last. So whichever element, it doesn't mean like, okay, this element you delete or that element you delete. No, it will always delete element from the last. So whichever element will be there in the array, it will just delete the element. And if the array is empty, it will just define, it will return undefined because there is no element to in the array to delete. So that's why it will return undefined. See, so here 10, 20, 30, I'm just using pop means 30 will get deleted. Okay, and it will change the length because 30 will get deleted. One element is getting deleted, and length will also get affected because length was previously 3. Now the length will become 2, right? So this is pop operation. So let's go and check with this. Okay, so I'm just writing pop, and we have to remove this too because pop will not take any element. Just remove the element from the last. See, so element, one element it has removed, so it's a 10, 20. Okay, but let's suppose array does not have any element. It's an empty array. There is no element in the array, and now I'm trying to delete, but there is nothing to delete. What you will delete? So in that scenario, what you will get? You will get empty. See, so array will have nothing. It will have nothing. It's empty, and length will be always 0. If you print this pop, then you will just get, if you just print this array dot pop, you will get, let's suppose I'm just writing 10 comma 20. Well, there's the deleted element from the array, right? See, deleted element from the array. So 20 is deleted, right? So 20 is deleted. But when the array will be empty, now what happens? It will return undefined. So this line will return undefined because nothing is there to delete. See, so it's written undefined. So always these things you have to keep in mind. Pop, right? So pop method is used for deleting element from the array that is from last. If array is empty, it will return undefined. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Sorry, I didn't get you. This pop. Okay. So basically, see, pop method is basically removing element from the last. Okay, and it won't take any parameter as an input. It will be always empty. See, nothing. So whenever array will have any element like 10, 20, right? So it will just delete the last element. See, so it's, if you print this array.pop, then it will just console whatever the pop, whatever the deleted element. So this will return you always the deleted element. So if you print array.pop in console, then it will just return which got deleted. So 20 got deleted. That's why it's printing 20. And now array is left with what element? So array is left with only 10. So that's why array is only having 10. And what is the length of the array now? So length of the array is 1 because only 10 is there inside the array. But whenever the array will have empty, there is no element to delete, but still you are trying to call pop. So in this scenario, this will return undefined because nothing is there to delete. So in this scenario, what will happen? It will just come undefined for pop, and array is already empty and length is already 0 because nothing is there inside array, right? So this is for pop, and pop will always delete element from the last. It won't delete element from the first or anywhere. Okay, it'll just delete element from the last. Got it now? Understood? Only one element it will delete. It will not delete multiple element. Okay, this is the feature for pop. Okay, so same way, push opposite is pop. Same way, unshift opposite is shift. So shift is basically, it will help us to delete element from the first. Like see, unshift was adding element from the first, but shift was deleting element from the first. So what it does, it will just delete element from the first. Now see, shift is, it's like how unshift was very slow. Same way, shift is also slow. Why? I'll tell you. See, here I'll just write 10, comma 20, comma 30, right? Now what I do, I'll just use the pop first. Okay, so I'll just do pop. So pop will delete 30 from the element array, right? So array is now left array is this much, right? So I'll just print it here. So index of this one is 0, comma 10th is in 0 index, 20 is in 1th index, right? So nothing effect happened in 10 and 20. Previous also 10 was at 0 index, 20 was at 1 index using pop. But whenever we try to use shift, okay, so shift, what it will do, it will remove the first element itself, it will not remove the last element. So what happens now, I'll just consolidate. Okay, just comment it, and now check. Now what happens? It's become 20 and 30. Okay, this also deleted 10. It deleted because shift we are using. So shift means it will just delete the 10 from first. So now what happens if you print it? Now see, previously 10 was having 0, 20 was having 1, but now 20 became at 0, right? And 30 became 1. So previously 20 was at 1, but now 20 became 0. So this is affecting, right? This is changing the index as well. So whenever you use shift, you are trying to change index of other all element. But whenever you are trying to use pop, you are not changing the index of other element. You are just removing one element and deleting the index of that, right? So that's why shift also is slow. Okay, so never use shift. If you have to delete from first, then only use shift, otherwise don't prefer shift. Basically it's a slow, so you can go for pop. Okay, fine, understood what is the shift and what is unshift, what is pop, what is push. So this these are the confusion method. Unshift means basically we'll understand about delete, right? Unshift, we'll understand delete, but unshift is insert, shift is delete. Okay, shift is so you'll get confused in interview. Interviewer will ask you, okay, what is the unshift? So many people will tell unshift is like a negativity word. So they'll tell, okay, it's a deleting element from the first. But no, unshift is adding element from the first. Shift is deleting the first. So these things you might get confused. So keep it in mind. Okay, so now till now we have seen adding element from the first, deleting element from the first, deleting adding element at the last, deleting element at the last, right? So two things. Now we should understand how to add element in between the array. Like it's not first, it's not last, anywhere, right? Anywhere. Now we have just understood about first and last, but what about in center, what about in corner, what about in second last, what about in first last? So those all are there, but that method we will check in further. Okay, fine. So that is not the right time to tell you about that. Okay, so next we'll move on to search. Okay, search. So search is nothing but it's like a index of. So this we will check it tomorrow. Okay, so we won't go for today more because today it's a new for you. So just practice four method as of now. Okay, and again further study index of and other further array methods. So array methods will run for maximum 3 to 4 days. Okay, so aram se will study, but your focus should be always on practicing, because once you want practice it will be trouble for you. So I'm trying to stop that, but I'm not sure where to. Sorry, sorry. Oh, exam result came. What happened to exam result? Oh, pass. You are ready for interview now. Oh, good, 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 good. Congrats.